"We're moving in on Sunday." "We're moving in on Sunday," he grinned, his teeth too perfect, too white, like a salesman closing a deal he never earned. "My wife's brother, the man who nearly destroyed me once. Your wife already approved," he added, voice dripping with the kind of arrogance only parasites perfect. I didn't respond. I didn't have to. The phone in my pocket buzzed. A notification from the home security system, motion detected, trespassing recorded. I opened the feed. Grainy footage, but clear enough. A figure, him, stepping into my driveway earlier when I was gone. A second figure followed. My wife, unlocking the door for him, smiling. A small knot formed in my stomach. Not fear, not surprise, something colder, something I had buried years ago, but never killed. I looked back at him now, sitting in my kitchen as if he owned it. The same man who once tried to sue me out of my law firm. The one who fed whispers into investors' ears until my name was poison. He hadn't finished then, but this was new, and she approved it. My wife, my partner, my betrayal. I didn't speak as he went on about logistics, rooms, cars, how his firm had outgrown his current place. A flimsy excuse. The grin on his face betrayed him. This wasn't about convenience, it was about invasion. My wife avoided my eyes the entire evening. She moved plates, adjusted curtains, cleaned non-existent dust. Every detail screamed guilt. When she finally looked at me, her expression was rehearsed neutrality. That was worse than a confession. The memory pressed itself forward, 3 years ago. Whispers of her staying late at his office. Dinners canceled, trips postponed. I ignored them then, dismissed them as paranoia. I told myself I trusted her. But trust isn't blind, it's willful blindness. I scrolled through old security records later that night alone in my office. She had deleted some feeds, sloppy. People forget digital footprints are never fully erased. Restored files showed patterns. His car, always when I was at the firm late. Her silhouette leaving with him. Each clip was a scalpel cutting through the tissue of denial I'd wrapped myself in. I didn't accuse her, not yet. That would be emotional, and emotions are messy. Instead, I opened a new case file on my computer. Label, betrayal. DNA testing kits, ordered under a client's name. Phone logs, quietly mirrored from her device to mine. Financial transfers, hidden Venmo requests with notes like dinner and just us. Every detail became evidence, cataloged and time-stamped. Days passed in silence. On the surface, I remained the calm CEO, meetings, deals, handshakes. But at night, I became the prosecutor, and she the defendant. Each click of my mouse another nail in her coffin. The footage grew clearer. Their hands brushing in the hallway. A lingering look. Not outright lovers in public, but intimacy hides in the subtleties. I began timing her absences, cross-referencing receipts. Her alibis fell apart like wet paper. And still I said nothing. I kissed her cheek at night, smiled at her stories, listened to her laughter. My silence was the cage. I wanted her comfortable inside it. The test results arrived in a discreet envelope. Our daughter's DNA. Mine, hers, his. I sat alone in the dim light of my office, the report open on the desk. Cold, black letters. Percentages. Statistics that cut deeper than any blade. Not mine, not mine. Every breath I took after that felt manufactured, like I was forcing oxygen into a corpse. When she walked in that evening, carrying groceries, humming off-key, I watched her carefully. I slid the envelope across the counter, slow. "What's this?" she asked, opening it. Her face drained, color bleeding away like paint in rain. She looked up at me, eyes wide, lips trembling. "I can explain," I raised a hand, not to silence her, but to mark the boundary. "I already know," I said, calm, even. My voice sounded foreign, detached from my body. She sobbed, words tumbling out, accidents, loneliness, mistakes. None of it mattered. The truth was already carved in stone. Sunday arrived, just as he promised. He walked in with boxes, smug, expecting victory. She hovered behind him, broken, pleading silently. I waited at the table, files stacked neatly beside me. "Before you unpack," I said, sliding a folder toward him. "Court documents, property titles, power of attorney. Read." He frowned, flipped through them. His grin faltered. The law firm he tried to ruin? Mine again. His investors? Already briefed with proof of embezzlement. His name? Poisoned in the same circles he once infected against me. And then the DNA report, placed on top like the final nail. His hands trembled. Her sobs filled the room. I remained still, detached, watching the pieces of their lives collapse under the weight of truth. "This house," I said quietly, "isn't yours. Neither is she, and neither is the child." They both broke in front of me, him with silence, her with hysteria. I felt nothing. I left the documents where they lay, stood, and walked past them. No shouts, no slammed doors. My car waited outside. The engine hummed softly, steady, like my own breathing. As I drove away, I thought about the years wasted, the trust murdered, the truth finally unearthed. I didn't feel grief, not rage, not even satisfaction, only clarity. They had taken everything that once mattered. But in the end, I had reclaimed the only thing worth keeping: control. And control, once regained, is untouchable. I didn't look back. Some truths don't free you. They strip you bare. And once you're bare, nothing can be taken from you again.